this young lady to pay the $25,000 because her mother died. That's what I'm hearing.
What about landlord rights? We get screwed all the time. This happens all the time. People walk out on their leases and there's nothing we can do about it.
All right, guys. Today we're diving into a fiery courtroom battle where grief collides with greed. Judge Porter kicks things off with an emotional hammer. You want this young lady to pay $25,000 because her mother died. That line alone sets the tone for what's to come. The case is anything but routine. A landlord thinks a death is just another unpaid balance. But the judge isn't buying it, and neither are we. This intro grabs you by the collar and refuses to let go. Every second here matters.
All rise. The court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Porter will preside.
Hello, everyone. Please be seated.
The courtroom officially opens as Judge Porter calls the case, Prescott versus Mooney. The landlord takes his shot first, accusing Alicia of owing $25,000 and even has the nerve to request a restraining order. He blames unpaid rent and claims constant losses from tenants walking out on leases. But something feels off from the start. His tone isn't grief, it's profit-driven rage. He frames himself as the victim, but it's clear there's more going on beneath the surface. The drama starts building fast.
Let's see here. Case number 2533, Rupert Prescott versus Alicia Mooney. If you're here, please come to the podium. Mr. Prescott, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I see here that you're suing for $25,000, something about breaking a lease. Also, I see here that you're requesting a restraining order against the defendant.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, you mind telling us what's going on here, sir?
Well, I own Orange Blossom condominiums.
Okay.
And I rented an apartment to Miss Mooney's mother.
Okay.
Several years ago. And she recently re-signed her lease for 18 months. After about 2 months, I didn't receive any more checks. So I emailed her a letter. I sent her a certified letter saying, where's the money? I didn't receive any response. No one contacted me, gave me any information. And then I found out that Mrs. Mooney had died and that her daughter had been seen going in and out of the apartment. We've seen furniture being moved in and out with other people going in and out. So,
all right, guys, here's where things start getting heated. Mr. Prescott dives into a bizarre claim. Alicia called him furious and allegedly threatened him. He says she told him to watch his back and threw around violent language. He uses this phone call to justify a restraining order against her. But instead of looking afraid, Prescott seems more annoyed about the loss of control. The courtroom watches as he tries to twist fear into legal leverage. But the cracks in his logic are already showing.
I contacted her, sent her letters saying that you owe me $25,000, which is I think the rent is $1,565 a month times 18 months minus the 2 months that they did pay.
Okay.
And it was very clear when I signed leases with people that you are bound by this lease, because I have tons of people that try to walk out on their leases, and if they walk out on their lease, I have to pay someone to clean the apartment. I can't rent the apartment out until I'm sure that they're gone. So I lose a lot of money. My insurance rates have gone up. So this is a very big hardship for me for someone to leave the lease like that.
Okay.
And I do believe that she was living there, or at least
I was not living there.
Ma'am, please, I'll get to you in a second. Can you touch on the restraining order part?
Well, I tried contacting them and I kept sending them letters and no responses. No one contacted me. So one day I get a phone call from, I believe it's from her, and she's saying,
Miss Mooney.
Yes.
Okay.
And she's angry on the phone, yelling that I've been sending her all these letters. And she was saying stuff like, I'm going to F you up and you better watch your back. I'm going to kick you in your bees, So it was a very nasty phone call, and I hung up. And given the way that this has all gone, people going in and out of the apartment.
Now Alicia Mooney takes the podium. And suddenly the atmosphere shifts. She's composed but clearly grieving, stating her mother passed away just 2 months into the lease. Alicia explains how she reached out to the on-site property manager, who assured her everything would be okay and there'd be no penalties. It's not just words, you can feel the truth in her tone. The courtroom begins to sense who's being honest and who's exploiting tragedy. Judge Porter listens with quiet intensity. This moment hits hard.
It's slimy, and I'm nervous. I'm afraid for my safety. You know,
Okay.
'cause I'm a target. So
Miss Mooney, ma'am, first off, am I pronouncing your last name correct, ma'am?
Yes, you are.
Okay, Miss Mooney, you mind telling the courts your side of the story?
Yes. First of all, I just want to say, Your Honor, I'm still grieving the loss of my mother, and it's been a very difficult last few months.
Okay, you have my deepest condolences on that, ma'am.
Thank you. So my mother did renew the lease for 18 months. However, unfortunately, 2 months into that lease, she very suddenly passed away. And so as her eldest daughter, I stepped in and I called the OBC property manager. There was a manager on site. I called her and I said, you know, my mother has passed. And she assured me that, you know, she was very sympathetic, and she assured me that everything would be fine. They would cancel the lease and there would be no penalties. And so, you know, a few days pass and I get a bill in the mail for $25,000. There's an early termination penalty. So I call her back. And again, she said, you know, she's like, just ignore it. Don't worry about it.
The $25,000 was that for the 16 months left on the lease agreement?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so I did as she instructed and I ignored it. And then a few weeks later, I start getting.
Things take a sharp turn as Alicia presents her proof, screenshots of Venmo requests from usernames like Grandpa P $. This isn't a joke, it's disturbing. Prescott allegedly used multiple shady accounts to pressure her for money. She flips the narrative completely. The real harassment isn't coming from her, it's from him. Her evidence draws a visible reaction from Judge Porter. The courtroom feels that shift. This is no longer a rent dispute. It's a question of dignity and intimidation.
More bills in the mail directly from Mr. Prescott. I have collections notices taped to my door for failure to pay. And I actually have a screenshot that I'm going to show you. But Mr. Prescott is sending me Venmo requests from different usernames. You owe me 25.
Jerome, do me a favor. Can you collect that document and bring
Yep.
it up here, please?
Grandpa P $. That's harassment, Your Honor. I should be the one seeking a restraining order from him. I didn't even think he knew how to use Venmo.
Let me ask you this question, Ms. Mooney. The lease agreement, it was to your mother exclusively, or was there someone else on the lease agreement?
She was the sole renter.
Okay. Did you reside at this residence?
I didn't. I went in and out to get the furniture.
Okay. All right, Mr. Prescott, you can give this back to her. Thank you. Mr. Prescott, let me ask you a question. Did your property manager advise you that...
Judge Porter zeroes in on something critical. Who was legally on the lease? Alicia confirms it was only her mother. She wasn't a co-tenant, didn't live there, and only went in to remove her mother's things. This might seem small, but it's huge legally. If she wasn't on the lease, she can't be held responsible for it. The judge begins building a clear legal wall between Alicia and her late mother's contract. The law is on her side, and Prescott's argument just lost its foundation.
her mother had passed?
I don't have a property manager.
Okay.
I have a gardener, and I have someone who, a handyman who comes and fixes things.
But
I
you
am
were aware of the fact that she had died?
No, well, I wasn't. I eventually found out, but no one told me that she died.
That's not true.
Okay.
I don't have a property manager.
So who picked up the phone when I called?
Well, if you don't have a property manager, who collects the rent?
I usually do.
How do you collect the rent?
They usually drop it off in a drop box, or they can
Or he's
mail
sending
it to me.
Venmo requests.
Hold on, ma'am. Hold on.
Or they can mail it to me, and sometimes some people do Venmo. So
Okay.
we have all different ways of doing
You
it.
have a drop box. How did Miss Mooney send you her payments?
She usually did a drop box.
Okay. So when you went to the Dropbox and you realized that her payment wasn't there, did you try to contact Mrs. Mooney?
Yeah, I left her voicemails.
Did you get a call back?
No.
That's not true.
Okay. Did
Prescott's credibility continues to erode. Judge Porter questions how he didn't know the tenant had passed. Prescott fumbles, saying he has no property manager, only a gardener and a handyman. So who answered Alicia's call? He doesn't know. The judge is visibly skeptical. Prescott's operation sounds chaotic and unprofessional. It's becoming obvious that he's more concerned with the money than the facts. The court is slowly turning its back on him, and the judge's patience is wearing thin.
Did you bother to check to make sure that she was there, or?
Well, after the second month, I did check, but the mail was being taken in. It looked like someone was still using the apartment, so I figured she went away. Sometimes she takes trips and visits her children. She's been there for about 8 years.
I'm
so.
sorry, ma'am. You said your mom died 2 months into the lease?
Yes.
How long ago did this unfortunate event take place?
It happened about a month ago.
A month ago.
So it's very recent, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Prescott, are you trying to tell me that when you realized that there was no payments going in, and you said that you see people going in and out, did you bother to ask, hey, where's my payment?
Well, eventually, what I was doing was sending letters to the address.
No, but you said...
Judge Porter now digs into rent collection methods. Prescott claims payments were made through a Dropbox, sometimes Venmo, even mail. But when rent stopped, he didn't investigate seriously, he just sent letters. The judge presses, did you ask your staff to check on the tenant? Nope, just assumptions based on second-hand info. Prescott's whole case is based on convenience, not responsibility. This isn't how professional landlords operate. The judge is circling in, the takedown is coming.
Correct me if I'm wrong or not.
Right.
You said you saw people coming in and out. Did you bother to walk up and say, hey, you guys missed the last month or the last 2 months? What's going on? You said you physically saw it. I'm going by your testimony. You said you saw these people going in and out.
Let me clarify. I didn't literally see people walking in and out. The gardener, I asked the gardener and I asked the maintenance, not the maintenance man, the handyman, if you've seen anybody going in and out. And they said that they've seen people going in and out, a woman and some men sometimes, and they were moving
Did
furniture.
anybody see Miss Mooney going in and out?
No.
Not this Miss Mooney, but the
No.
one that you leased to.
Well, she eventually contacted me.
Did anyone see the Mrs. Mooney that you leased to walking in and out?
No, not that I know of.
You don't think that maybe someone should have tried to make... I mean, if you have...
We now learn that Alicia's mother died just a month ago, a painfully recent event. Yet Prescott already launched a full legal assault. The judge asks why Prescott didn't verify anything before demanding money. The answer: silence. Prescott made assumptions, and now he's trapped in them. This timeline makes it even clearer. Alicia didn't duck out on rent, she stepped in during tragedy. That $25,000 claim? It's starting to look not just weak, but shameful. This moment shifts the momentum for good.
People on the grounds working on your behalf. Maybe you could have had one of them go and say, hey, Mrs. Mooney, my boss wants to know what's going on with the payments.
Well, initially I didn't. Initially, I just thought it was a slip up that she went, like sometimes she travels. So I thought it was just a slip up. I mean, it's not sometimes people forget to pay their rent. Sometimes, and then eventually I have to remind them, but it hadn't gotten to that point.
I'm assuming that Mrs. Mooney did not have a problem, because if she did, you wouldn't have gave her a new 18-month lease.
No, she was always good. But like I said, sometimes people forget, and I let that slip by. It's not like if someone forgets a month's rent, I'm going to throw them out.
Okay, so now here we are right now. Her mother is deceased.
Yes.
Her mother is gone. Are you going to take back the $25,000?
Prescott switches tactics and says the estate should pay. But Judge Porter shuts that down fast. A person can't be charged for rent they never lived to use. That's not debt, it's fiction. Estates pay actual liabilities, not guesses. Alicia never signed a lease, and her mother died before using the months in question. The judge's legal clarity slices through Prescott's argument like a knife. His money chase just hit a legal wall, and it's starting to crumble all around him.
$1 request?
No,
Why
You're-
not?
Because,
Your Honor, can I say something?
Hold on, I got to hear this one.
listen, I run a condominium. I own a condominium building.
I got that.
It's post-COVID.
I got that.
I have lost a lot of money.
She lost her mother.
I know she lost her mother, and I feel bad about that.
It's been very
So you
stressful.
want this young lady to pay the $25,000 because her mother died. That's what I'm hearing.
She's not paying $25,000 because her mother died. She's paying $25,000 because her mother signed a lease. No one contacted me to say that she died.
Okay.
And
She died. How are
Right
we
now, we're
supposed to-
telling you that her mother is gone.
Right.
Her mother cannot satisfy the 16 months of payments. She is gone. So you want this young lady to pay the $25,000 to cover that 16
Well, she's
months.
not going to have to pay it, Your Honor, because Mrs.
Prescott continues the money chase, pointing out the deceased drove a BMW, as if that means someone should pay. He insists rent must be covered, but the judge isn't moved. A BMW doesn't mean a lease survives death. Porter doubles down. You can't charge rent to someone who's no longer alive. The logic is final, the court's position firm. It's clear the landlord's case is driven by entitlement, not law. Each attempt he makes sounds more desperate than the last. The end is near.
Mooney had money. She had a Beamer. She has money. The estate is supposed to pay any kind of bills
That is
owed to the
irrelevant.
estate.
Hold on.
I mean, I've dealt with this before. When someone dies, there is an estate, and you're supposed to pay bills that come due to the estate.
You
She's not
pay
paying.
bills. You pay bills based on what you owe.
Yes, and she owed 18. She owed.
Yeah,
18.
if she used those 16 months. She didn't use any of those 16 months because she is dead.
I know, but then no one contacted
Did you try to get
me.
another
That
tenant?
is, hold on. That is not how this works, sir. That is not how this works. If someone dies, they are not responsible to pay the rest of the lease. They are not responsible to pay the rent.
So
If
what
she had a credit card and she made a payment of $1,000 and she died, yeah, her estate is responsible for that $1,000. Yeah, she's owed because she used that $1,000 to her for her whatever use.
Well, the person that the family is responsible because
the family does not live there, sir.
Desperation turns to protest as Prescott blurts out, "That's not fair." But Judge Porter fires back. This is how the system works. He reminds everyone that leases end with life. You can't collect future rent from the grave. This is the brutal, necessary truth. Prescott's argument, once dressed in legalities, now sounds like a tantrum. The judge's voice sharpens, and the entire courtroom feels the gavel before it even drops. The final verdict is coming, and it won't go his way.
I didn't know that.
The
and
family
I,
does
and
not
I,
live
I
there.
did not know
She's
that.
been
So
there for
how am
7
I supposed to
years.
rent
How does
my
he not
apartment
know
out?
that?
I think there's people living there.
That
They're
is not
paying-
how that works, sir.
Yes, it does.
The person who is responsible is the person whose name is on the lease.
Right.
Now,
but
if
she's
she
a-
was living there, and
All you
hold
need is
on,
a-
sir, hold on, sir. If she was living there and you wanted her out, or whoever else was living in the apartment, you would have to get an eviction notice. Now, you know that for a fact.
I know
okay?
that for a
Now,
fact.
as far as these 16 months go, no, sir. She is not paying $25,000 for that.
So now we're 4 months into this. It's going to take me another 2 months to clean out this apartment, to rent it. How am I going to get compensated for that?
That is the price of doing business, sir.
That's not right. That is
That's
not right.
It is right.
No, it's not right that you're being so disrespectful to this young. She lost her mother.
She never told me that her mother moved. Someone should have contacted
Sir,
me.
I
Miss Never
did.
would have-
I-
No,
Hold on,
you
ma'am.
did not
Hold on,
contact
ma'am.
me.
I got this one. Let me tell you something. I ask you right here in this courtroom, in this.
This is the final nail. Judge Porter gives Prescott a lifeline, a chance to show compassion. He refuses. Instead, he focuses only on losses and numbers. That triggers the judge. He erupts. You don't care she lost her mom. You only care about the money. It's a rare, raw emotional outburst from the bench. The verdict. Case dismissed. It's not just a ruling, it's a rebuke of greed, of coldness, of predatory behavior. The courtroom sees it. Prescott's pride crashes to the floor.
Courtroom, can we squash this right now? 25,000. Don't worry about it. It's done. So you can show that, you know what? I have some type of sympathy. I empathize what you and your family are going through. The only thing you care about is money. You don't care that this young lady has lost her mom. Are you going to therapy by chance?
I am. This whole ordeal.
You
Oh, here
don't
we
care
go, here we
about
go.
anything. Only thing you care about is the bottom line of you getting paid. So I'm going to tell you what this court is going to do. You are not getting $25,000. Your case, I'm throwing out. That is just, it's the level of ruthlessness that you're showing right now is incredible.
What about landlord rights? We get screwed all the time. This happens all the time.
This
People walk out on their leases
is
and
the
there's nothing
price
we can
of
do about
business.
it.
We didn't walk out.
Hold on,
She
ma'am.
died.
Oh,
Ma'am,
come on,
ma'am,
come
ma'am.
on, come on, come on.
If you don't know this, I got news for you. Capitalism is not always fair. Deal with it.
No, it's not fair. That's for sure.
Deal with
Neither
it.
is the judicial system.
Say another word and I will hold you in contempt of court. Your case is dismissed.
Prescott doesn't go quietly. He lashes out, accuses the judge of bias, claims minority favoritism, and threatens to appeal. But Judge Porter shuts him down cold. Say another word and I will hold you in contempt. The silence is thunderous. Prescott is told to leave before he ends up in jail. He storms off, humiliated. The judge, calm and commanding, reminds everyone who holds the gavel. Justice isn't always soft. Sometimes it has to roar. And today, it roared loudly.
This is ridiculous. I'm going to appeal this. You know that, don't you? What are you two, in cahoots or something here?
Did you think I was playing when I said, say another word? I could show you better than I could tell you. Now get out of my courtroom before you go to jail.
I'd be delighted. This is a miscarriage of justice. I own a large building. People walk out on my leases all the time, and there's nothing I can do about it. Every time I go to a court, judges, they always side with the minorities. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. It's not fair. I've lost all this money and I can't get it. I can't get it back. So now I'm going to have to spend $500 to get it painted. I'm going to have someone come in and repair the thing because the woman lived there for 8 years and no one's paying me. What about the landlords? We have no rights anymore. It's not right.
Justice was served today. I can honor my mother's memory and disperse her ashes in the bay. And Mr. Prescott, he got what he deserved. He's an awful, callous, even racist man, and he should.
Finally, peace. Alicia, still grieving, can now honor her mother's memory and scatter her ashes. The storm is over. Meanwhile, Prescott rants outside about injustice and bias, still unable to accept that the law protected the innocent today. This wasn't about race or money, it was about compassion, truth, and the power of the bench. Justice was served. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video where courtroom drama and real justice collide.